Right, so let's go take a look at what's happening. We want to move our 0 back to the middle over here. We want a C sign over here for clearing, and we want this equal sign underneath the 9. Let's go ahead and do that. Basically, go ahead and set the column of 0 back to 1. And for our equals, so I'm going to copy this, whatever this was. But remember, we won't be using this function again, so delete this function right now, this function part of this. Make the text equal to our normal equal sign, and make it equal as the button name. Equal.grade, on the other hand, should be row 4, column 2. Alright, pretty sweet, right? And last but not least, go ahead, call this one clear. So as you already know, every calculator has a clear button that's like C or CA, I'm not completely sure. But pressing on that button basically clears the whole screen. It makes it empty. So that's basically what we're trying to achieve over here. Button red text C, row 4, and then instead of column 2, make that column 0. So Command S, F5, and you're not going to see our completed calculator UI. Alright, so now we're going to see our equal C everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, C equal plus minus multiply divide. Guys, this is pretty sweet. Alright, even though our equals and C is not working, to be able to create all of this and get it working, that's fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and delete this equation.set function because we no longer need it. What we can do though, however, is say lowercase, equation.set, and then we're just going to tell them, hey, enter your equation. Alright, just give that guy a bit of a heads up that I want you to enter this. Okay, cool. So we need to add 2 functions. One function is for the equal sign, and one function is for the clear. So go ahead and do this. Command is equal to, I'm going to call my function eq or equal press. Alright, go ahead and create this def equal press up top. Basically all it's going to do is def equal press. Is that, yes, okay. Def equal press, doesn't take any parameter. And now think about how this is going to work. Well, we already know we're going to be using the eval function. That's fantastic. But what are we evaluating? This is why we created the equa variable in the first place. The equa variable holds all the string that has been typed by the user. So all this, 23, or actually 56 plus 89 plus 56 plus 45, this whole text is stored in this equa variable. So all we have to do now is create a new variable called a sum or total. Okay, total is equal to eval, and what are we evaluating? Come on, guys, equa. All right, eval equa, and then all we have to do is say equation.set, and we're setting that equal to come on, what is it? Total. Okay, no quotation marks there. Total. Cool. Again, that's in a string concept, I believe, but in case it is not, go ahead and convert this into a string. Equation.set total, and now guys, what is one thing we're missing? So we've set this equation, that's fantastic, but if you're one step ahead of me, alright, and I hope you are, we have to set our equa variable back to our initial thing. So Command C, Command V, ta-da. Run this, or I'm sorry. I'm actually used to coding in Swift. That's the language I love. So running anything in Xcode, you have to type in Command R, and I'm so used to that I was doing that over here. Looks like I'm getting an error, and it says tkinter TCL error, bad option command. Interesting. So I believe we had to put this in quotation marks. Yes, I think I'm correct. Command S, F5. Sometimes you just forget, you get brain freezes, stuff like that. Nope. It's still giving me an error, and it says bad option command. Oh, you don't say, huh? We added our command part to our equal.grid instead of the initialization, so sorry about that, guys. I've added that to my equal button and remove those quotation marks. Command S, F5. Let's take a look. Alright, so it now says enter your equation. So that basically gives the user, hey, looks like I'm supposed to enter my equation. Let's do a simple one. 25 or 5 into 9 gives us an error. All right, local variable equa referenced before assignment. All right, so as you can see, when we tried that simple equation, 5 into 9, we got an error. Now you can't see my error. Let me just go ahead and make this a bit smaller so that you can see it. And all it says is local variable equa referenced before assignment. And the reason for that is, well, we haven't used our global on the equa. I believe this is the error. I don't think it's the error, but go ahead and try this out. Yes, this is actually the error. The reason why is because we're setting equa as equal to nothing over here, and whenever we were changing a variable, but we want it to be equal to this variable, we have to specify that it's a global equa, that we're talking about this variable up top. Command S F5, and let's take a look. Hopefully now it'll work. Again, I'm not sure. Let's do a simple one, 5 plus 3. Oh yeah. That is pretty sweet, guys. 5 plus 2 is equal to 8. That worked. Awesome. Let's try something else. 86 into 9. 774. 0.85 minus 6. It gives me an invalid token. So I think the reason for that might be that because we're using that 0, so it's thinking, well, what is this 0? Or it might be just because we have to clear the function out. So let's go ahead and create the clear part. Let's give it a command. So command is equal to, I'm going to call this clear, something simple. Go back up top, say def clear. And what clear is going to do is it's going to say equa. So first globalize equa. Global equa. And then all we want to say is equa is equal to nothing. And our equation dot set should be equal to nothing. So save this. F5. And guys, I believe we now have a working calculator app. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Give this all the room it can get. Let's try some. So 78 minus 9. 69. Clear. 58 plus 3. 61. Clear. 56 divided by 2. 28.0. Clear. That's awesome. And one last, 80 into 6. I mean, guys, I am totally proud of you, alright? Fantastic job. We have created a mind-blowing calculator app. And you're probably wondering, well, why? I mean, this is just a simple calculator app. Well, this is basically the roots of your, this is the roots of you entering into the Python world, alright? Creating this is no small deal. Awesome job. Now, if you've had any questions on this, if you're wondering how did this work, what is Lambda, why are we doing global equal? Anyways, though, I think this is quite a simple Tkinter app. Very interesting, very fun. Any questions? Please leave them in the form. All right. So as you can see, we've created a fantastic calculator app. So pat yourself on the back. That's absolutely brilliant. If you've had any questions along the way, how does this work? How does that work? Will there be anything else? Stuff like that. Go ahead and please leave them so that I can get back to you as soon as I can. Now, this is not the end. You can play around with this. You can add some color. Again, if you're on a Mac, color won't work. But if you're on a Windows, like I was a year ago, then you can add some BG colors. You can give them some properties, make the buttons bigger, stuff like that. Anyways, fantastic job. And this is probably the end of the main Tkinter module. Now, we are going to get on to gaming, canvases, objects like that. So I'm going to see you in the next lecture, and we'll talk about the canvas. All right? See you then.